You know what's funny, Zach? The topic today sounds heavy. Isolation changes your personality. But somehow, every time I think about isolation, I end up thinking about time. Like, what happens when you're alone long enough to actually hear your own thoughts?
Yeah, that silence can be loud. I remember the first time I was really isolated, not lonely, just cut off on purpose. No parties, no constant messages, just me and time staring each other down. And that's when I realized time is either your best friend or your worst enemy.
Exactly. People always say, I don't have time. But when you're isolated, time is all you have. It's like it corners you and asks, so what are you going to do with me? That's when I started thinking about turning time into money, not in a hustle guru way, but in a real life, pay your bills kind of way.
Same here. Before isolation, I was busy but broke, always running around, always doing something, yet my bank account was on life support. When I slowed down, I realized most of my time was leaking like a bucket full of holes.
That's such a good way to put it, leaking time. I used to scroll endlessly and tell myself I was relaxing, but honestly, it was just killing time, not using it. There's a big difference between resting and wasting time.
Oh, for sure. Rest is intentional. Wasting time is accidental or worse, addictive. When I was isolated, I asked myself one brutal question. If my time was money, would I spend it this way? And the answer was a hard no.
Oof, that question hits. I remember laughing at those quotes like time is money because they sounded cliche, but cliches exist for a reason. When you're isolated, you start seeing patterns, like how much energy you give away for free.
Yeah, and energy is tied to time. I had this moment where I realized I was giving my best hours, mornings, to things that didn't pay me back. Emails, random favors, pointless meetings. Meanwhile, my creative work was pushed to midnight when my brain was fried.
Same story here. I used to tell myself, I'll work on my ideas later. Later never came. Isolation forced me to confront that lie. I had no one else to blame, no distractions, no excuses, just me and the clock.
That's the uncomfortable part people don't talk about. Isolation strips away the noise. You see yourself clearly, flaws, habits, laziness, potential, all of it. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Totally. I started tracking my time, not obsessively, but honestly. And wow, reality check. I realized I was busy being busy. There's an idiom I love, spinning your wheels. That was me. Lots of effort, zero movement.
I've been there. I think that's when the idea of monetizing time became real for me. Not overnight success, not get rich quick, just asking, how can I make 1 hour count?
Exactly. 1 hour. People underestimate what one focused hour can do. During isolation, I took 1 hour a day to build a skill. Writing, just writing. No pressure, no audience. And slowly, that hour started paying me back.
That's the thing. Money often shows up late. People quit too early because the reward isn't instant. But time compounds, skills compound. Isolation gives you the space to stay consistent without outside validation.
And without comparison, that's huge. When you're isolated, you stop measuring yourself against others. You're not doom scrolling other people's highlights. You're just focused on progress, however small.
Comparison is a time thief. It steals motivation and gives nothing in return. I wasted years watching other people succeed instead of building my own lane. Isolation helped me mind my own business, literally and financially.
Mind your own business. That phrase hits different now. It's not rude, it's survival. When I focused on my own lane, I started seeing opportunities I had ignored before. Freelance work, digital products, skills people actually pay for.
Same. I realized money flows toward value. If your time doesn't create value, it won't create money. Harsh, but fair. Isolation made that crystal clear.
Did you struggle with motivation at first? Because I did. Some days isolation felt empowering, other days it felt like being stuck in my own head.
Oh, 100%. Some days I was fired up. Other days I was like, what's the point? That's when routines saved me. Not motivation, routines. I stopped waiting to feel inspired.
Yes, motivation is flaky. Discipline pays rent. I told myself, just show up, even if the work was messy, even if it sucked, because time doesn't care about your mood.
That's a real line. Time keeps moving, whether you're ready or not, and isolation teaches you responsibility. No one's watching, no one's clapping. You either do the work or you don't.
And when you do, something shifts. Your personality changes. You become more patient, more focused, less reactive. Isolation kind of rewires you.
I agree. I became more intentional. Before I reacted to life, now I plan. I protect my time like it's gold, because it is.
Protecting time is a skill no one teaches us. Saying no felt uncomfortable at first, but every no gave me time to say yes to work that actually mattered.
Saying no is expensive emotionally, but cheap financially. Saying yes to everything is the opposite. Feels good short term, costs you long term.
Wow, that's deep. I'm stealing that. But it's true. Isolation gave me the courage to choose long-term wins over short-term comfort.
Same here. I stopped chasing quick money and started building sustainable income. That shift only happened because I had space to think, real thinking, not background noise thinking.
And thinking is work. People forget that. Quiet thinking time is productive, even if it doesn't look busy. Some of my best money-making ideas came while staring at a wall.
Same. Nothing screams future income like staring into space. But seriously, creativity needs boredom. Isolation gives you that boredom.
And boredom pushes you to create, or improve, or finally start that thing you've been avoiding. Isolation doesn't change you overnight, but it slowly reshapes how you value your time.
And once you value your time, money follows. Not magically, logically, because you stop wasting the one resource you can never get back.
That's a strong note. Isolation doesn't just change your personality, it teaches you the real price of time.
And once you learn that price, you stop giving discounts on your life.
You know, when you said stop giving discounts on your life, I laughed. But then it kind of sat with me because honestly, that's what most of us do. We hand out our time like free samples at a supermarket.
Exactly. Try some of my energy. Take a bit of my focus. No charge. And then we wonder why we're exhausted and still broke. Isolation made me realize I was overgiving in the wrong places.
Same. I used to feel guilty charging for my time. Like if I enjoyed something, I wasn't allowed to make money from it. That mindset kept me stuck for years.
Oh yeah, that passion versus money myth, as if enjoying your work disqualifies it from paying your rent. Isolation helped me unlearn that nonsense. I started asking, why shouldn't my best hours benefit me financially?
That question changes everything. When I really sat with it, I noticed how many hours I gave away out of habit, helping people who didn't respect my time, saying yes because I didn't want to seem difficult.
Same here. I was being nice, but not smart. There's an idiom my dad used to say, you can't pour from an empty cup. Turns out, you also can't build wealth from an empty calendar.
That's so true. I learned the hard way that being busy doesn't mean being productive. During isolation, my calendar got empty, and instead of panicking, I started designing it on purpose.
Designing your time is such a power move. I started blocking my day. Deep work in the morning, admin stuff later. Suddenly, the same 24 hours felt bigger.
Yes, time didn't increase, but focus did. And focus is what turns time into money. Without focus, time just evaporates.
People underestimate distraction. Notifications, messages, random calls, they chop your day into tiny pieces. Isolation removes most of that noise from me.
Same. No constant interruptions meant I could finally finish things. And finishing things is where money lives. Half-done ideas don't pay bills.
Facts. I had dozens of unfinished projects before isolation. Courses started, books half written, plans half baked. When I was alone, I picked one thing and stuck with it.
Let me guess, it wasn't glamorous.
Not at all. It was boring, repetitive. Some days felt like watching paint dry, but boring paid better than chaos ever did.
That should be on a t-shirt. Boring pays better because it's true. Consistency is quiet. It doesn't scream, it whispers, but it adds up.
Exactly. People want dramatic breakthroughs. Isolation taught me to respect slow progress, one client at a time, one skill sharpened day by day.
I had to face my biggest mistake too, trying to monetize everything at once. I was chasing too many rabbits and catching none.
Oh yeah, shiny object syndrome. Been there. Isolation made it obvious how scattered I was. I finally asked, what's the one thing I can get paid for right now?
That question grounds you in reality, not dreams, not someday, right now. For me, it was writing, not perfect writing, useful writing.
And that's key. Useful beats perfect every time. Isolation stripped away my perfectionism. When no one's watching, you stop performing and start producing.
That's such a good point. I stopped worrying about judgment because there was no audience. Ironically, that's when my work got better.
Same. Isolation made me comfortable with being bad at first, and that's how you grow. You can't monetize skill you're afraid to practice.
Fear wastes time in sneaky ways. Procrastination, overthinking, endless planning. I thought I was being strategic, but really I was avoiding discomfort.
Same here. Action felt risky, but inaction was expensive. I lost months overthinking instead of earning.
That realization hurts a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's also freeing. Once you see it, you stop romanticizing struggle. You get practical. Isolation makes you practical.
Practical and honest. I started calculating my hourly value, not what I wanted to earn, but what my time was actually producing. That was humbling.
Oh, that exercise is brutal, but necessary. When I saw how little return I was getting per hour, it pushed me to level up my skills instead of working longer hours.
Working smarter instead of harder finally made sense. I stopped glorifying burnout. Being tired isn't a badge of honor.
Absolutely. Isolation taught me rest is part of productivity. A rested mind makes better money decisions.
And better boundaries. I stopped answering messages instantly. Just because someone wants your time doesn't mean they deserve it right now.
Boundaries changed my income, honestly. When I respected my time, others did too. Funny how that works.
It really is. People sense when you value yourself, and valuing yourself starts with valuing your hours.
Looking back, isolation didn't make me lonely. It made me clear. Clear about what matters. Clear about what pays. Clear about what drains me.
Same. My personality softened but also strengthened. I became calmer but firmer, less reactive, more intentional.
That's growth. Not loud, not flashy, just solid. Isolation didn't magically make me rich, but it gave me the mindset to build wealth without losing myself.
And that's the real win. Turning time into money shouldn't cost your sanity. Isolation taught me balance.
Yeah, money is important, but how you earn it matters too. Isolation helped me align income with values.
If I could summarize the lesson, it would be this. Time reveals who you are when no one's watching, and money follows what you consistently do with that time.
That's powerful and true. You don't need more hours. You need more intention.
And maybe a little courage to sit alone, face yourself, and build quietly.
Quietly, patiently, intentionally. That's how isolation changes your personality and your bank account.
Who knew silence could be so profitable?
Turns out, silence doesn't talk back. It listens. And if you listen long enough, it teaches you exactly how to use your time.
And once you learn that, you never look at a wasted hour the same way again.
Never. And honestly, that awareness alone is priceless.
Couldn't agree more. And I think that's the perfect place to end.
Yeah, protect your time, build your skills. Let isolation do its work.
Because time doesn't change itself. You do.
And when you change, everything else follows.